Right, everybody, in this video we'll be talking about the latest Manchester United news. In another episode of the Red Review, we'll be talking about the game ahead against Everton. We'll be talking about Liam Delap to Manchester United, Giovanni Quenda, as well as much more as Amarim looks as we get closer to the first transfer window. We'll be building up on the latest transfer news. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new. But let's get straight into it. We're going to talk about Liam Delap to Manchester United, as well as also Christian Eriksen's exit. But let's start off by talking about Liam Delap. It came out from a very credible source, in which was David Ornstein, and it went, Liam Delap obviously only joined Ipswich in July, but leading clubs are already looking out for the summer. If form continues, Ipswich may lose the 21-year-old amid Big Six interests. Chelsea, Man United are tracking, Man City can buy back. Latest on other clubs are also interested in. And Man City also have that buyback clause on Liam Delap. Now, Liam Delap is a fantastic player. He's a young player. We've seen what he can offer in the game when Manchester United played him. He's a very physical striker. I think he is a potential striker and a future project striker. And I don't think that's what we need right now. I think he has a similar sort of profile to Rasmus Højlund. And that's ultimately not what Manchester United need at the moment. I think Liam Delap definitely is a player, but as I said, if we're going to go out and buy a striker, it has to be a clinical striker who's proven, really. And this is not me saying that Liam Delap isn't fantastic. He isn't quite proven yet, but what he does have, he has that technical quality, and I think he is actually a very good player. For Ipswich, listen, he scored quite a lot of goals for them. He is their top goal scorer. He has connections to Man City. Could you see him potentially go back to them? But what you can say is the fact that he only joined them in July and already the big clubs are interested in him does show that he's doing fantastically well. I think I'm happy with Rasmus Højlund at the moment. I think Højlund has been fantastic for Manchester United. We've seen in the game a couple of days ago against Bodo Glimt, where he was also brilliant. I think what you get with Rasmus Højlund is you get that similarity to Liam Delap. I think he's maybe better than Liam Delap, to be honest with you, and I think he can really offer a lot of assets to this Manchester United team. I think Delap, as I said, there's no doubt he's fantastic, and he has all the traits. He has that physicality, aggression, but for me, would be a no. I think we need a proven striker, like the Gyökeres sort of striker, and I think that will be something that Manchester United are going for. There's no doubt. Again, it could be a big move. Ipswich will demand a lot for him, 50-60 million pounds. Again, if, as I've said it 3-4 times, if we're going to go out and buy a striker, it has to be a proven one. Now, the next thing, Giovanni Quenda. Manchester United have met with Giovanni Quenda's new agent among the transfer, obviously, to Manchester United. Now, listen, he's a very good player, someone who's been massively linked to Manchester United. I think Quenda's an absolutely fantastic player, someone who's so good on the ball, so versatile, a very technical player, can score goals, very sound defensively, a left-footed right wing back, 17 years of age, someone who Amarim brought through to make his debut in August. I think he absolutely is fantastic. Again, I think him and Gyökeres are the main two sporting players that we've been linked to. I think more Quenda. I think Quenda is a sort of profile that we need. I think if we buy someone like Quenda, you allow Amad to play further up the pitch. It gives you that right wing depth as well. And I think that's ultimately something that we do need. For me, I would go all out for Giovanni Quenda. I really do like the look of him. I think he's so talented. He's so good defensively, and I think he is absolutely fantastic, and I think someone who Amarim will actually like. I think the right wing back spot is actually a weakness for United. Yes, Amad has had a good game there and against Bodo Glimt. Anthony, and when Amad came on, they had decent games, but I think I want to see Amad affect the game further forward in that inside role. I think would be absolutely perfect for him. And you can see left-footed right wing back, Quenda suits that role. Again, in terms of price tag, you're looking at maybe 40-50 million pounds. He come from Sporting's Academy. Amarim will know a lot about him, what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are. Will he be able to adapt to the Premier League? The coaches know a lot about him, and I think he will be a fascinating and fantastic player for Manchester United. I really do like the look of him. Obviously, the fact that his agent is George Mendes, who has connections to Manchester United. He was Ronaldo's agent. I think he was De Gea's agent at times while he was at Manchester United. I think he's Bruno's agent now. So he has got he has got links to Manchester United. And I don't really mind Quenda coming to Manchester United, in my opinion. Now, the next thing, Anthony exit. This coming in from David Ornstein. Anthony is the most obvious player United could sell to raise funds next summer. Unless he sparks a turnaround, it's very likely that he will leave United next summer if they can find a buyer willing enough to pay enough money. Now, Anthony is someone who struggled think if he is to play in this Amorim system, it will be in that right wing back position. I think that is his best position. I don't think he's attacking enough and creating enough to play in that right attacking 10 sort of player. I think he is very, very good though defensively and does work hard for the team. But does he really offer enough in the final third? Not quite. And I think right wing back, listen, he had an okay game against Bodo Glimt. If he is going to stay at United, he has to really turn it around this season. There's no doubt he's a hard worker, but has he got that quality in decision making? There was a few decisions where I thought he didn't make correct, and I think he will be someone that will leave now. Where does he go? Will it be a loan deal, permanent deal? Obviously, you're going to look for a permanent deal. He was an Erik Ten Hag signing. Now Amorim will have different plans, and I don't think he really does want to use him. I think he's only using him now because he's one of the two left-footed or decent left-footed players who can play out on the right-hand side, and that's ultimately why. I think if you look at next summer, as I just talked about Quenda there, you get out Anthony, you bring in Quenda. I think that would be absolutely fantastic and something that Manchester United must do to raise funds in the transfer window. I think it'll be absolutely fantastic, and I'm very excited to see what Quenda will do in a Manchester United shirt. But Anthony exit. Now Manchester United building connections to Saudi Arabia to see if the market will be an option to them to sell to. I do certainly think that the Saudi Arabia market will be absolutely fantastic for Manchester United to sell players to. You look out in the summer, maybe Casemiro can go out there, maybe Anthony. Who else will leave Manchester United? Maybe Lindelof, these sorts of players. You can maybe have them go into the Saudi Arabia League. And I think that's something United will be looking to do to generate funds. If you look to build connections, you can definitely get players out there. Now the next thing, Manchester United also want to add a mobile creative midfielder to operate in one of the deeper midfield roles. Now, the current and clear trend is that Christian Eriksen's contract will not be extended after this season. The 32-year-old is therefore likely to leave on a free transfer in the summer and at the latest. Meanwhile, Manchester United are working intensely on securing new midfield targeting both the number 6, number 8 and number 10 positions. That's coming from Florian Plettenberg. I don't think we actually need a number 10. I think we have enough creative midfielders, but 6 and 8 is definitely talked about now. As I said, they're United looking for a deeper creative player to operate one of the deeper roles. With Eriksen's exit, it would make sense if we do need one. I think he's very, very fascinating. I do like the look of Ederson at Atalanta. I think he is a very good player. Coop Miners. There are options out there that we need. I think we do need a deep line 6. I think Eriksen's creativity is good, but does he really offer enough in that final third? Yes, but he hasn't got that defensive capability, and ultimately he hasn't got the legs anymore, and that's why Manchester United are definitely looking to replace him. As I said, Ederson, there's other options out there. You could see players come through the academy, but ultimately that's something he will listen. Eriksen's been a great servant to the club, and he's been one of Manchester United's best midfielders. But listen, certain players just won't fit this system, and I think unfortunately Eriksen is one, Casemiro's another. It's unfortunate because I do really like Eriksen, but again, he'd be someone Manchester United will sell. Now, listen, the next couple of days, Manchester United face Arsenal, and obviously tomorrow we face Everton. Listen, that Everton game is going to be a tough game. I've done the preview out. I think that's out on the channel already. It will be very interesting to see what happens in that game. It's another opportunity. Dyche ball. They are lower down in the league than we are. I think if they win, they're 2 points behind United. United need 3 points in this game. I think with the threats, with the team that Amorim is likely to pick with rotated players, I think it should be a game that Manchester United should try, and I think will win. Ultimately, I think we're starting to see that Amorim identity start to develop and grow, and I think that's something that will happen in a game like this. But listen, let me know your thoughts. Obviously, we have Arsenal on Wednesday. That's going to be a huge game. Arsenal are a T1 form at the minute, and regardless if they win on form, they will be a very, very tough opponent. I think looking ahead to that game, obviously we'll do the preview, 5 things to expect and all that stuff. It will be a fascinating game. I'm excited for that game nonetheless. I think it will be a very, very big game for Manchester United. What can we do against an Arsenal team? I'm excited. It's really Amorim's big test. It'll be his first test. But the game against Everton, listen, is a must-win game. Rotation. You could see Amorim maybe put a few players in looking ahead even to the Arsenal game to get the best team. I think Højlund will probably be on the bench. Rashford will be on the bench. Garnacho will be on the bench. I think Bruno and Mount, you could see in those inside forward positions. But let me know your thoughts. That has been the Red Review.